Blizzard's idea of what needs hot fixes and what doesn't needs a bit of a fix itself. As I'm sure most of you are aware, over the 4th of July weekend there was a bug discovered that allowed hunters to obtain a wolf pet with a white Worgen skin, the same skin as the one from Utgard Pinnacle. Without going into details, because it is pointless to go into details after they've hot fixed the damn thing, was that the actual taming process was less locate mob, drop trap, spam tame beast, as much as it was finishing your tame beast just as the mob transformed into a Worgen, which meant that you had a window slightly larger than a mitochondrion to end it in. And the mob was a phased quest mob, so any hunter who didn't level in boring tundra got jacked out of it. Luckily, I did level in boring tundra, so a quick minute researching which quest chain spawned Garwal, I was off and away. After finishing the trick to get him, and putting in the effort to do so, I walked out with my new Worgen, flew to Storm Peaks, and bums rushed him to 80 in anticipation with raiding with him on Tuesday. However, that was when the hotfix came in. All of this had apparently raised quite a storm on the forums while the devs were off on vacation. People came in and threw around words like slavery, unfair, and oh my god it's a humanoid in an effort to get rid of them. These debates made 2 different forum threads that each reached over 1,000 posts, and on Tuesday Blizzard acted by removing the Worgen's abilities, talent trees, and pet classification so it can no longer be fed or rezzed, effectively degrading its status to that of hanging around outside the auction house, and nobody wins. Hunters can't use it, and haters still have to see it. What I think the really funny part is that instead of trying to tune the Argent Coliseum to make it slightly more difficult than cutting a hot ham and cheese sandwich, or working on coding non-consumable ammo, or telling PvP Ret that the sky is not falling, they devote time, effort, and resources to fix something as trivial as this bug that was hurting nobody, or exploit, or whatever the hell you choose to call it. The point is still there. But now I digress. And since I don't think anybody wants to be listening to me going on about what will never be, we now go to the ever-popular Argent Coliseum. Or what would be popular, Blizzard had made it harder than cutting a hot ham and cheese sandwich. Now the reason I am likening it to cutting a hot ham and cheese sandwich is because it's not all that hard to do, but if you're completely and utterly retarded, you might just cut off a finger while doing so. As far as the comparison, it actually has something to do with gear levels as opposed to me being hungry. If you're in a guild that ruffle stomps through Ulduar hard modes, regular Ulduar, or Nax, you should have no problems here. Now one can hope that they tuned the bosses to be more difficult than to be one-shotted by over half the PTR groups that walk in there like they are currently, but I shelved that idea somewhere close to where I put the hope that my Worgen will someday come back to me. Other interesting things of note that have happened since I last posted. A 62-second Winter Grasp in which about 38 Horde players sat themselves right above the door to the keep in Winter Grasp, waited for all the Alliance to run out in the start, and then jumped down and started to Saronite carpet bomb the place. Premonition on Senjin server became the first US server to get alone in the darkness, and I found a Death Knight tank who didn't know what Death and Decay was. Prior to BlizzCon, there would be a formal dinner at the Laguna Art Museum where you can dine with Blizzard executives and the museum's curator in exchange for a small donation and the entry fee of $500 a plate. Oh, and Blizzard is making an Armory app for the iPhone. I guess, yay?
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain.